So this is a video idea I've had written down for a little while now, because as some of you may know, PC gaming is my preferred platform, but I don't think I've been critical enough towards that on the channel, so I wanted to make a top 5 video dedicated to the top 5 things I honestly hate about PC gaming, so let's just get into it. No point in dwelling. So number 5 is just the general elitism with some people. Like, yeah, a lot of it is definitely just a joke. It's not meant to be taken literal. And that's fine, but then you have the losers who actually take the PC elitism shit so seriously and act like it's a big fucking deal. Like, listen, you damn neckbeards. Look, PC gaming is great. That's why so many of us are on it. But it's not perfect. It's just another gaming platform. You're literally just you're literally just playing games from a plastic box at the end of the day, just like anyone is, regardless of platform. So it doesn't make you special. It just makes you that much more of a dipshit, so stop doing it. But yeah, I think I've talked about that in the rude reading comments video. I think, from what I recall. It's hard to remember everything I've talked about on the channel, but yeah, there you go. So number 4 is just the general lack of quality control on platforms such as Steam, because Steam gets, I think, like at least 10,000 games a year. I'm just going off the top of my head, I'm talking out of my ass here, I'm not exactly sure, but regardless, there's a fuck ton of games that are released each year. Maybe it's like 3,000, 4,000, I don't know, like I said, I'm not doing much research here, with the exception of some things, but just the general lack of it, with just so many indie games being just shat onto the platform, it's like there's so much garbage to filter through. Like, it doesn't matter what restrictions they've put in place, because Steam has definitely tried doing remedies for it. Valve has definitely attempted it, but it's really done nothing. Like, now you gotta pay a bit more to do it if you didn't have to pay already, but if you did, they've increased the amount you gotta pay in order to put games on the platform, but it doesn't really make a difference when shit's still being, shat on there. There's just a general lack of quality control. There's not enough being watched to make sure that there's a good quality of games being thrown on there. Like, I get it's hard to keep up with everything that's released, but I think that Valve definitely needs to increase the amount of employees for surveying this sort of thing, because it's ridiculous. Like, and just the amount of cash grabs with thousands of dollars worth of microtransactions, like, it's fucking ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. So that's just something that has definitely been an annoyance for me for a while. Not me personally, because, I'm a bit picky. I can definitely be picky when it comes to indie games, but it's still annoying nonetheless. It makes the platform look lesser than it is. So moving on to number 3, and that is bad ports of games. Unfortunately, bad ports are still a thing in a lot of cases. The first thing I'm thinking of is Crysis Remastered. It runs on the exact same engine as the original, and the engine of the original was poorly optimized. Like, memes aside of can it run Crysis, the whole reason that meme exists is because the game was optimized like fucking shit when it first released back in 2007. It's still optimized like fucking shit in 2020. I tried running it on my PC for like 5 minutes, put it down to the absolute lowest settings I could possibly put it to, and the shit still barely ran at like 10 FPS. It's fucking ridiculous, so I just got a refund and everything on it. Also, another recent example that I've already brought up is Watch Dogs Legion. The game ran like absolute ass. I don't know about Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I just thought of that because it's also a Ubisoft game, and I just talked about that recently as well, so you should check that out. Yeah, I'm promoting alright. It's self-promotion time, baby! But, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if that game was poorly optimized. I heard Odyssey was badly optimized. A lot of the Call of Duty titles have been poorly optimized, and it's just crazy to me that so many games still are treated with such little respect on PC, considering just how big of a platform it is now. Like, a lot of these publishers are just so out of date. Like, guys, PC gaming is very big now. In a lot of cases, it's bigger than console gaming. Like, a lot of the cool things that are on console have come from PC. The increase in sales on consoles have been from PC, for example. Mod support, that's something that started on PC. Being able to just regularly play games online with people, that's something that started on PC. Albeit for consoles, it started on Dreamcast, but for PC, like, it started there. that's where a lot of games started. So it's like, the fact that so many publishers still don't treat it with that same level of respect and just shit that version of the game out on the platform is like, guys, at least respect your fucking PC audience. Show that you care somewhat. Like, not even trying at all. It's like, whatever. It's like, what's the point of even buying on this platform then? I mean, yet again, Ubisoft's now shitting out games on PS4 without proper optimization, so, I guess I can't be really surprised. But hey, at least they're not making people pay $70 for the next-gen experience, only $60 like normal, like every other game should. But, it's Ubisoft, so I don't give them much credit. And then moving on to number 2, we got DRM. DRM is a fucking pain in the ass. What's it called? Move the fuck off my PC. I don't remember a lot of things. I don't like remembering things having to do with DRM. It's like, why force this game to be online always if this shit is a single player only game? It makes no sense. It's so dumb. It's like, I do get it though. They want to have more control over who's on the game and who isn't, but it just comes off as lack of proper privacy. Like, people don't like being watched. Like, get this shit out of here. Let people just play the games normally. Because say that you don't have that good of internet. How are you supposed to properly play the game? Because a lot of people in 2020 still don't have that good of internet in plenty of places. So they can't properly enjoy that game when DRM is a part of it. And the fact that it's still a thing so many years later is just fucking stupid. Like, it's something that needs to die out completely. Like, digital gaming, personally, I'm someone who buys all games digitally, but I can get why people don't like this sort of thing. Because this is a part of the problem. This is why people are so turned off by this. Like, it's just annoying. So, yeah, this DRM shit needs to go. It needs to stop with games. It's just frustrating. And then moving on to number 1, because this is definitely a big problem as of late, is scalpers. It's not just a thing with consoles, they're also a thing on PC. A recent example is the RTX 380, which is like $700, but scalpers were reselling the shit for like over $1,200. There's probably going to be something on the screen showing what I'm talking about, but it's not just a console thing, it's a thing with any sort of tech. It's a problem with anything. It happened with Switches earlier this year when they were impossible to find. It just happens no matter what piece of tech is popular. And it just goes back to scarcity, and in a lot of cases, artificial scarcity, where it's just like, people just want to buy the damn product. No, I don't care how much people say it's supply and demand. No, shut the fuck up. It's such a stupid fucking argument, because it is not. It is not supply and demand. And the reason why is because when you're taking the shit, like $3,500 worth, or 3,500 PS5 consoles, whatever it is, when you're taking that amount of consoles or that amount of pieces of tech and keeping them away from people to actually purchase, it's not supply and demand. It's just, it's giving an artificial raise in price to something that is being overpriced for the sake of making more money than you should. It's a fucking scam. That is not supply and demand. It's such a bullshit argument. Like, it just pisses me off so much. I can't stand the shit. So, this is something that companies definitely need to find a way to deal with a lot better. Like, maybe make it to where you can only buy one console per IP address. Just something like that. Just some way to stop it, because it's just ridiculous. Like, there's no reason that something like a graphics card or a console should be double the price than they actually are. It's just old. It's annoying. People just want to buy the shit. And then on top of that, when you have issues with artificial scarcity and just, like, everything to do with trying to buy a new product, especially at a time like this, it's annoying. It makes sense, but it's all annoying. I'm very rambly, I know, but I'm really not trying to overthink these videos, you know? It's shooting the shit. I like doing one take and sticking with it, and that's the video. Because at the end of the day, it's a fucking YouTube video. I don't want to take these videos too seriously. No discrediting anyone who puts in, like, days to weeks to months of effort into videos. I respect that, believe me. I respect that grind. I know, it's a fucking pain to get through that content. I've been there before, but I'm just at a point in my life where I'm just not in the mood to spend so much time, like, on just one specific video for a certain amount of time, you know? I just want to, like, constantly pump out content like this where I'm just having fun talking to the camera. And it works, I would say. You know, I think it works out well. So, yeah, there you go. Getting back on topic, those are the top 5 things that I hate about PC gaming. Because PC gaming, like any platform for gaming, is also a pain in the ass with issues of its own. And just going back to scalpers real quick, yes, while you definitely can find a very easy build, and yes, while you definitely can get a very decent build for a gaming PC for like around $500, you know, you can still get a decent experience. You're not getting the most high spec settings from your games, but you'll get something that's at least looks pretty okay and you can run well enough. But when it comes to something like scalpers, like fucking with the prices of graphic cards, like it just turns people away from wanting to come to PC. And yeah, it's a thing with consoles, obviously, but when it's something that was once a stereotype, the fact that it could still sometimes be a problem because of something like scalpers, like, that's what can really turn people off. So I just wanted to say that as well, because I definitely get it. But believe me, guys, when scalpers aren't ruining things, it is possible to get a decent build for around $500 for a gaming PC that runs games well and will probably run games better than something like a Series S would. So there you go. That's the video. I just wanted to make something like this, and that's that. So, hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe for future content coming soon, as well as make sure to turn on the notification bell and set it to all notifications so that you hopefully get all videos soon, and I'll see you all next time. But until then, I'm out. Later.